I'm with Dean Wall on his farm in Greene County this morning. Dean's from Walcott. And Dean, how long have you been farming in this part of the world?
Well, most people would say all my life, but when I finished college in the early 80s, I actually left the farm and spent a few years on the other side of the fence, and I came back home in the mid-90s, so I spent about 8 or 10 years off the farm.
So how many acres are you farming this year?
This year we're probably right around 3,800 acres.
And you're primarily row crops?
The bulk of our operation is rice and soybeans. We have a little bit of corn, and then in our spare time we've got a little livestock on the edge of Crowley's Ridge.
And in 2018, what are some of the challenges you're facing as a farmer this year? I know everybody's got different ones. What are some that you see here in Greene County?
Oh, you know, the challenges that's usually on your mind are the ones that are pushing the most buttons this year. This year the weather has been a real awkward situation, and grass control and in the rice and either wet spells or dry spells. Most recently, you know, we've been missing some of the rains, and so you know, right now we're kind of fighting a little dry and hot weather. Early on, we had multiple showers and weather problems, which made it real tough this year to get a clean rice crop going. You just really don't need a lot of foulness in a rice field. It's not real productive, but there comes a point when you only do what you can afford.
There's also we tend to overlook the fact there's very good reasons to be a farmer too. What are some of the things that make you get up every day and go out on the farm that you enjoy?
Oh, you know, there's lots of things. You tend to forget some of them when you're working 16 hours a day in this heat, but you know, there's a lot of satisfaction in taking something from what nature gave us and putting some seed on it and turning it into a crop that somebody needs, and being able to do our part, and you get a satisfaction that you accomplish something.
I know you also give back to the farming community through some of the work you've done with Greene County Farm Bureau. Can you talk a little bit about that and why you've been involved with it for many years?
Well, I think that kind of works both ways. I never fail to learn something when I'm involved in a Farm Bureau or whatever group it might be, you know, working with. I tend to interact with other farmers and people in agribusiness and learn things that I might not have learned if I wasn't associated with that group of people, and there's always something you can learn and something that might help you go back and do something better or more efficiently. Yeah, I've always believed, and I don't know how to put it really, but I've always believed that if you don't like the way something's going on, and I'm not saying I don't like what's going on, but I've always believed that if you think that things could be different or better, if you don't take an interest in it, then it doesn't do much good to complain about it.
Well, we appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your busy day today and talking to us about what you do on your farm. Thank you very much for your time.
You betcha.